This is where you've been, Tighnari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tighnari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die? And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because Tighnari, I heard that people turn into birds after...
What happened?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then, can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to. It's different from before. After I got out,
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it? Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but his symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do?
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right. Thank you.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it an...
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effect, the only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go. Excuse me, I'd like to purchase some Vasanti...
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been
Closed? Now that's odd.
It's a long story. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory until this plan takes a...
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been... We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing... How many people were there in total? Were they not...
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many,
No people.
even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
What the heck? The Avidia forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather it came out of nowhere. Before we could, we were all shocked by the time we came to our senses.
I see. If we help you retrieve...
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specific... If you're interested, you can...
All right. We'll go and have a word.
After the goods were stolen, It turns out that many others have also been... However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. A caravan carrying Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge.
That mechanical crab, 10 of us might not even be able to take that. Didn't the academia ban research on mechanical life forms? Our salaries even got slashed because of it.
I heard from the caravan. We don't normally see the mechanic. It only shows up when the caravans are here.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too However, we did unexpectedly learn it apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest. So instead of once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things, but it only goes after mechanical...
Right.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me. Oh.
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habit. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition. It lives in the contaminated... If we have said component... well, chatting like this won't...
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans...
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh, yeah. No problem at all. If it means...
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and sumpter beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears... Capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter...
Then let's get to it.
Okay. We'll start from here and... This sumpter beast isn't familiar with us yet.
The sumpter beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it. Huh? Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry.
All right, it's moving again. Did you? Ah! Is that the mechanical crab?
It looks strong. Be careful.
as we rehearse. Nowhere to hide. Time for takeoff. Incoming. Just try to escape. Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it. Why are you stealing so?
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. Any objections? You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
It reacted.
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response upon seeing mechanical components.
Okay, so you want the crowd to lead us into the...
That's right. The contaminated region, if we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe...
Paimon gets it now. Does the scuttler understand what you're...
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region, so long as it doesn't attack us.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us here. No running off. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another mechanical part as a reward. Understood? I'm not sure, but our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components and to purchase Vasanti grass. We should return. But before we do, we need to set up a few traps. Can't have that crab escaping.
Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for... Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay you. Don't worry about the price. They're on...
2 is enough.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in...
No need. I've already received a reward from you.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts?
But those parts are very useful to me. Just like the Vasanti graph, I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder, the forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other
Noted. Thank you all.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child medicine...
Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
Oh, okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
How is he? Doing any...
I feel like...
That's wonderful!
Oh yeah. He asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier. And he told Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you.
It's nothing. Did you prepare the
Of course I did!
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize they weren't as difficult as you once thought they were. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit. You don't have to emulate me.
That's right! You'll do great!
Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
You put too much confidence in me. Let's return and find...
We're here! This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
You honored our agreement and waited here until we return. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, I want to see what happened there.
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. It's like... really creepy. And
do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance.
how do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but they're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness from the looks of things...
You're saying the contamination...
I can't confirm that right now. Let's take another look.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire... The birds used to chirp really loud.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage.
Like how plants have preferred growth condition, climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies, when people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy.
Then why are we...
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Environment? No. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess...
What a neat thing!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle... That's right.
Huh? The mechanic...
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the...
Let's play! Don't blink! Whew! That's all of them! Hey! Where are you? Let's hurry and keep up! The mechanical crab went that way! Let's keep...
Help! Help!
Think you can get away? Yahoo! Speed of light! Hey! With sword comes shadow. Here we go! Hi! Incoming!
Spare me!
Hey! Are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Don't worry, we took care of...
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical... Do you know what's inside the... I just came here to pick herbs. I got... Be careful. These mechanical... no wonder...
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the... We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared... So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
It's so hard to understand.
All right, regardless of what you're thinking, that's why I'll give you another mechanical Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you...
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it's getting late. Hey, over here! Come on, you big lummox, raise your head and look up! Let's set up camp here.
All right, Paimon also...
Oh. Any particular...
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of
You're not wrong, but the primary reason for choosing this place is rainforests are very wet. You should always be... For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer.
Leave it to Paimon.
I'm not expecting that much. That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame.
Traveler, Tighnari. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on top suddenly started moving.
Those were probably dead-leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they fled. Little did they know that you were more scared than they were. Never mind. The tent's up, so you... Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system. I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is one reason.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. All right, here's another for you. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight. You two can sleep.
We need the...
Yes, even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, it's settled then. Have a good night.
Paimon's getting sleep. It's been a while since we... This feels like when we just started adventuring together.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body. Speaking of which, it was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it... So you can tell... My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years. Topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Spontama for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown them. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to... However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately in their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms. Zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections. The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? I'm interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes. It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors and the Valuka Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. The blood of... So to me, all life is important. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia. By placing yourself above other life forms, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it. Coffee? Did you prepare this for us? All right. Seeing that you're working so hard, you're not planning on using it. Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right, suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about to go to sleep. Leave it with him. The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night. Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. Quick question. Do you... me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame. Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We don't want to affect the ecosystem here.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right.
How do you put out a... Bond is strong. All right, now that the fire's out, we just need to pack up the cooking pot.
Guess it'll have to wait until we return. I also just remembered that I forgot to apply essential oil to my tail. You probably noticed that it isn't as glossy as usual. Perhaps one night doesn't make too much of a difference. I'll make a new blend when we get back. It should make up for last night. I should have some leftover herbs from last month. All right. It's about time to head. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. Try to conserve as much... As I thought. The closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
Time for takeoff. Incoming. Go! Fallen Emma, help! Lightning, Jericho! Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Dissipate. Change it. Hi! Let's play. Speed of light. Our bond is strong. Brace yourselves. Think you can get away? Wouldn't gliding be fast? With sword comes shadow. Let this off the side. I'll settle this. Don't blink. It stopped here.
Upon closer inspection, ley line energies are also stronger here. Ready yourselves.
Something's come up? base here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
I got you covered!
Rain outlines your fate.
Fallen Emma, help!
Can't see? I'll uproot you!
Don't blink.
What is this?
Leyline energy is spilling this device. It's extracting energy from the ley lines without it. Who in the world would do this without...
That's terrible! We have to stop it! Let Paimon see.
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy, which may... Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this...
Wait! You're also vulnerable. We're staying. We can't...
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit...
You know where it is? Hey! Wait for us! What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful, and watch your step.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn up! Why aren't you saying anything?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken. Likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. Almost forgot about you.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, the file room will definitely give us some clues. So let's go take a look. Maybe we...
Wow! It's huge in here!
This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes continue for...
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape
Tape?
Yes, the Spontama created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final product. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable. That's why they are only used in some laboratories and...
Come on, let's watch!
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. It goes in there. Okay, this should do it.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academy. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins, and the research that the Academia had banned. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine. It's fine. You will understand.
Karkata is the mechanical crypt, and that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something to the
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life form.
Junior researcher?
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Abatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh!
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape recording. Keep up.
Look! A date is written on it.
That's quite the time gap.
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my... All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short-circuit, so it couldn't Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order? Be more careful next time. We're tied up. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with ley lines?
Following the serial numbers, the next the writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sort?
It's hard to say.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command. And that is a very dangerous thing. I've officially activated the third-generation ley line extractor. The ley lines conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I'm not talking about anything cheerful. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response. You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords. Karkata. Yes, it is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the... of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Karkata, come help me. Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll... Right. I never input a command to shut down. In the end, It's just like the Academia said. I'm sorry, Kakata. In the end...
I see. So the ley line effluence was in... After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor.
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire?
Because Karkata is different. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the Academia acknowledge his protracted... But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of an experimental product, he would have noticed. Karkata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, first, let's find the control unit. This transparent flooring. It feels like a maze. Ha! Keep up. Keep up. Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
Fire it up!
Try this on the sun.
Witness the power.
One with the forest. I hear everything.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Hey!
Check this out!
Can't see. God. Keep up. I'll uproot you.
Just like we rehearsed. Go!
Fire it up! Supporting fire!
Enshroud.
Let me weave you a bird.
Let's nip that in the bud. One with the forest.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Can't see. Keep up. This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should... Without an external force damaging the... Oh, but I...
So, Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its...
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. No one knows how this thought came to be, but it has even... If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one...
Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tighnari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts. It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while. The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence is moving on. Those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale. According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds...
But...
Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and... Oh, and don't talk about Abatui. The fewer that know about...
All right. Then let's go back to Catherine.
Why are you still here? I'll take care of this. Go and report...
I see. Once the excess ley line entered, this is the stipulated...
Is Karkata... It's already damaged, but... Paimon... Oh! Then how about we find Tighnari... Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tighnari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. Alright then, we'll find Tighnari... How are you feeling? Sleep well? We should go find Tighnari. How do you think we should ask him? Tighnari!
Shh, keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thymilaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect, can be made into an anesthetic. Extrapolating from these two datasets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down.
Karkata?
Oh, I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble...
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said...
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine, I suppose I wasn't clear enough. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the Academia discover that place. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spantama. Who knew it would prove useful one day? We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I'm not with the Academia. So what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidya Forest. All life brought forth in this world has meaning. And Karkata is no exception. If it exists...
That's good! Wait, you just said life form.
The possibility exists, is all. It's hard to explain. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Maybe a conflict between all those. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the what do you think? When people at the... I have zero interest in group photos, but I also wouldn't just throw them away. I stored them all in a box. After coming back yesterday, I looked through them and found one with Abatui.